Welcome back to my channel, Think CSEC. We'll be looking at the CSEC Principles of Business, May-June 2013, Paper 1. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you know when new videos are being uploaded. Also, please give this video a thumbs up by liking it. So let's get into this video. Also, please guys, don't forget, don't skip the ads. Important notice. Please watch the ads. It is your way of showing appreciation for the effort that is being put in preparing these videos so that you can benefit from them. So let's get into this paper. So some of these questions have been repeated, so we'll be just going through them very quickly. One says, private enterprise is run mainly to, we know the answer is A, to create profit. 2 says, which of the following types of business environment is most typical of the Commonwealth Caribbean? We know the answer is B, mixed economy. 3 says, which of the following features is not a function of money? We know the answer is A, indivisibility. All the others are functions of money. 4 says, in a public limited company, the losses are borne by we know the answer is D, shareholders. 5, a major function of the public sector is to, the answer B, serve the country. Let's go on to question number 6. Here it says, which of the following responsibilities must be assumed by the management of a company? 1, producing goods of a marketable quality. 2, maximizing efficiency and creating surpluses. 3, determining dividends to be paid to shareholders. 4, maintaining good communication and human relations with staff. The answer is D, all of them. 7 says, selecting the objectives and the procedures for achieving goals is referred to as A, planning. 8 says, the primary role of the human resources department of a firm is to A, hire, recruit, train, and motivate workers. 9 says, a major role of a trade union is to encourage. The answer is B, advancement of the welfare of its members. 10 says, which of the following activities carried out in a firm will not be under the supervision of the marketing manager? We know that the answer is B, purchasing. So all the others are carried out. 11 says, which of the following departments is not a functional area of a business? We have A, finance, B, production, C, public relations, or D, human resources. We know the answer is C, public relations. 12 says, this is another repeated question. JB Auto Company decided to export car engines from Barbados to Trinidad. Which of the following modes is best for transporting the engine? We know that it is by C, B. 13 says, an entrepreneur may reduce his risk of loss by, the answer A, planning ahead. 14 says, cash used to secure a loan at the bank is referred to as, we know that's a collateral. So the answer is A. Let's move on to 15. It says a condensation of the business plan is contained in we know that is contained in the executive summary. So the answer is D. 17 says, a firm may change the main objectives from profit to market share if there is increased, the answer, C, competition in the marketplace. 17 says, Kiki sustained burns while at work at a local fast food restaurant. Under which of the following insurance policy is she likely to be compensated? Is it A, public liability, B, fidelity guarantee, C, property guarantee, or D, employer's liability? We know it would be D, employer's liability. 18 says, a purchase order is a request for additional goods. 19 says, which of the following ways is not legitimate for terminating a contract? We have A, breach, B, performance, C, lapse of time, or D, change of mind. We know that all the others are legitimate reasons for terminating a contract. So the answer would be D, that's the one that is out, change of mind. Because we all know what a contract is. 20 says the monthly payments collected by an insurance company on behalf of its policyholders they are known as premiums. So B would be your answer. 21 says the term human resources refers to, is it A, materials and goods made by human beings, B, capital invested by shareholders in a company, C, raw materials used in the manufacture of goods, or D, persons available for productive and professional services? It is D, that persons are available for productive and professional services. Let's move on to question number 22. It says, which of the following results is least likely to occur from growth in an organization? The answer is C, increased communication. 23 says, which of the following types of capital is used for the day-to-day operations of a business? We know that is working capital. So C, working. Let's go on to 24. 24 says the price of an article is usually high when there is the answer B, when there is a small quantity for sale and many people wanting to buy. 25 says, to which of the following industries does a firm involved in food processing belong? Once it's food processing, we know that's manufacturing industry. So D would be your answer. 26 says, producing, pricing, promotion, and place are components of, we know that's the 4 P's, components of marketing mix. B. 27 says, which of the following commodities is a product of the manufacturing industry? We have A, cars, B, gold, C, lumber, or D, houses. We know it is cars. A. 28 says, which of the following activities is not a function of the retailer? A, selling in small quantities, B, preparing goods for resale, C, providing a local supply of goods, or D, transporting goods to suitable storage facilities. The answer is D. 29 says, which of the following activities can be described as marketing a product? A, issuing bulletins on staff matters, B, distributing the commodities to outlets, C, publicizing advertisements for new staff, or D, ensuring that workers are given fringe benefits. The answer is B, distributing the commodities to outlets. 30 says, which of the following operations is an example of sales promotion? We know B, free sampling. 31 says, which of the following characteristics best describes a perfectly competitive market? The answer is C, production of almost identical goods. Let's go on to number 32. Here it says, which of the following property rights gives identity to a specific producer's goods? We know that is B, brand. 33 says, a market in economic terms is this defined as, the answer is D, a situation which exists when buyers and sellers influence the price of goods. 34 says, which of the following factors is least likely to influence consumer behavior? So all of the 4 that is mentioned is a possibility, but we're looking for the one that is least of it. So A, product price, B, brand loyalty, C, quality of goods, or D, place of residence. So the answer would be D, place of residence. 35 says, which of the following entities can have their shares traded on the stock exchange? We know it's public companies. B. 36 says, Tom invests his savings by buying shares in a company. From this investment, Tom expects to receive, we know he expects to receive dividends. So the answer is D. 37 says, Mr. Jones has several bills of fixed amounts to pay each month. His bank manager agreed to pay them monthly from Mr. Jones' account. This service provided by the bank is referred to as, we know that is a standing order. So the answer is C. 38 says, which of the following may cause the bank to dishonor a check? 1. Irregular signature. 2. Check is post-dated. 3. Check is crossed. 4. Amount in words and figures do not agree. So, 1. Irregular signature. 2. Check is post-dated. And 4. Amount in words and figures do not agree. So, those three. So, our answer is C. Check is crossed. That would be out. 39 says the major role of the central bank is to, this is a repeated question, A, issue notes and coins. 40 says investment can be defined as B, additions to the capital stock of a country. Let's go on to 41. It says governments can influence business activity positively by reducing, we know A, taxes. 42 says a price control may be defined as a D. Government limit on the price of goods or services. 43 says governments impose taxes for which of the following reasons? 1. To encourage spending. 2. To redistribute income. 3. To promote economic growth. 4. To improve the balance of payments. So we know 2. To redistribute income. 3. To promote economic growth. And 4. To improve the balance of payments. So the one that is out would be 1. To encourage spending. So the answer would be D. 44 says, which of the following types of taxes is paid on wages and salaries? We know it is income tax. So A would be our answer. 45 says, which of the following measures can be considered as incentives to industries? A, increase in insurance premiums. B, devaluing local currency. C, increase in corporation tax. Or D, training employees. We know the answer would be D. 46 says, which of the following forms of taxation can be classified as direct? We know that is income tax, A. 47 says, which of the following forms of taxation requires every employee to pay the same percentage, and that is in bold caps, of his salary in taxes? We know that is D, proportional tax. It's not A, B, nor C. A says indirect, B, regressive, C, progressive. So we know it is D, proportional. 48 says a government can correct an adverse foreign exchange problem by A, increasing custom duties. 49 says a country has a favorable balance of trade when the answer A, it sells more than it buys. 50 says which of the following practices would not contribute to the economic development and growth of a country? A, increased importation of consumer goods. Let's go on to 51. It says, which of the following actions of government is most likely to lead to an improvement in the standard of living? A, printing more money. B, increasing the income tax rate. C, abolishing taxes on low incomes. Or D, giving tax incentives to business. D, giving tax incentives to business. The answer C and D has been an issue. So if you choose C, I have said C, but in previous videos, but it's been an ongoing one. So the answer is between C and D. So please do not try to come and say, oh, miss, you did say so and so and so. I'm explaining the reason why. 52 says, inflation can best be described as, the answer is C, a general and sustained rise in the level of prices. 53 says, education contributes to economic growth by ensuring that the workforce is highly, the answer B, efficient. 54 says, which of the following will not form part of a country's balance of trade? A, remittances from abroad. 55 says, which of the following methods can a government use to reduce unemployment? The answer is B, the deflation of the economy. 56 says, which of the following trading agreements is Barbados promoting when it sells furniture to Jamaica? We know that is CARICOM. D. 57 says, to correct an adverse balance of payments position, a government may B, increase exports. 58 says, The term economic dualism defines an economy in which one sector is D, technologically advanced, while the other is technologically retarded. Let's go to 59. It says, which of the following economic problems are prevalent in the Caribbean? 1. High levels of unemployment. 2. Adverse balance of payments. 3. Lack of capital for investment. 4. Low productivity in manufacturing. So all of them that are mentioned there. So D would be your answer. 60 says, which of the following organizations would settle a dispute among banana producing countries of the Caribbean and Central America over preferential agreement with the European Union? We know that's the World Trade Organization, WTO. So we have come to the end of the CSEC Principles of Business, May, June 2013, Paper 1. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and watch the ads. See you in our next video.